Happy New Year, everybody! So yeah, the last time I vlogged, I think it was before Christmas, possibly. So a couple of things have happened since then. On New Year's Eve, we did absolutely nothing. We were bored.
Yeah, water. H2O. H2O.
Yeah, just kidding. We actually went out. We had fun. We went to Hibachi with our friends. And we shot some fireworks off with the kids when we got home. So that was fun. That was pretty much it for that. We didn't do anything too crazy, I guess you could say. It was pretty PG. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what we do every year. We do a hibachi, and we go out with our friends, and we get a babysitter so we can have some kid free time. Woo woo. So yeah, so for the past since Christmas till now, today, I have had, ironically, like some of the most random conversations about IVF, I guess, with just random people. And just some organic questions have come up. So I just thought I would address some of those, since some people just kind of overlook the whole thing and don't address these situations head on. So one of the questions that I get actually frequently from different friends and different family is, so you're doing IVF, will you know what the gender is? Will you know what you're transferring prior? So the answer to that in my situation, our situation, is yes, we will know. For those that don't know me very well, I have 2 boys already, 4 and 7. So we are doing PGD. I have pulmonary hypertension. That's why we're doing the IVF to start with. So we want to test and make sure that our embryos are top quality, top notch. As I fear that this is our only shot at IVF, I want to be able to transfer the cream of the crop. I don't want to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on endless transfers for embryos that are abnormal. So yes, the answer to that is yes, we will know what the gender is. And everyone asks, are you going to pick a girl? Are you going to pick a boy? Okay, so I have 2 boys. So if we have a boy and a girl embryo, the chances are that we're going to transfer the girl embryo. Our first priority is obviously a healthy baby. Yes, 100%. If we don't get a healthy girl embryo, will we transfer a boy embryo? And the answer to that is yes. But I think most people would feel the same way if they had already had 2 children of the same sex, that they would probably want the opposite. I'm not ashamed of it. I am throwing it all out there. Yes, we will know the gender of the baby before it is transferred, if we have any embryos to transfer. And then some other questions that we've gotten to recently are, what are you going to do with your extra embryos? If we have any. So I'm really torn on that too. Before starting that, we've been through different processes of the IVF, right? So we started out in 2013, 14, wanting to do IVF. So that was our first route. We want our own biological children. So then we started thinking about it, and we're like, well, you know, we already have 2 biological boys that I was able to carry for myself. So do we really need to go through the IVF process and to have our own biological child? And we started thinking about that, which sent us into the thought of embryo donation, or they don't like to say adoption, because technically embryo donation is not an adoption. It is considered personal property. So it's embryo donation. So I got heavily on the Facebook sites for embryo donation, and as a recipient, and I was looking and looking and looking, and come to find out, it's just heartbreakingly tough to find an embryo. Lots and lots and lots and lots of people don't do it for one reason or the other. I ran this by my IVF doctor, and he actually had told me that he had never done an embryo donation cycle before. So that tells you how that kind of goes back and forth with that. I mean, if he is an IVF doctor and he doesn't really see embryo donation that often, I mean, that tells you that there's really not a lot of donors out there. So then I asked him what he would do, or what most people do in his clinic, and he said they usually have them destroyed or they send them to science. So I've gotten so many different different conflicting opinions about this. Do you donate it? Do you donate to science? I have a big problem. I have one of the biggest problems with trying to destroying them, because I feel like we've done this IVF, and if, God willing, we get embryos, I think, they should be shared, or they should be able to be donated to science. That way, somebody can learn something from these embryos that were actually created. So yeah, we don't know yet. I don't know. I can't tell you what the future holds. I don't even know if we're going to get enough embryos for us to transfer. So that's kind of, we're tucking that away for now until we can figure out how many embryos we get, how many take. So we'll see. I don't know. Maybe we'll donate. Maybe we'll donate to science. I don't know. We'll see. And then I've had a couple conversations with people that I least expected, actually, talking about, the IVF pre-testing, if you will. So when you go to your IVF doctor, they don't just start saying, okay, start injecting yourself with these hormones, and in 3 weeks we're going to have an egg retrieval. No. It takes months and months and months. So you have to do FDA testing. I've had, I think, 3 different sonograms checking different things, just to see what's going on. And a lot of these things that people don't say, like the hush-hush about everything, is a lot of these sonograms are actually done while you're on day 3 of your period. So imagine the uncomfortableness of all that. So you're literally on your period, and they're doing internal sonogram on you. It's just a whole, like, I've had 2 children, and I've had, doctors and nurses and everything in there, but I think this one, having the sonograms like this, is like one of the more mortifying aspects of going through IVF. It's kind of like you're just laying it all out there. So yeah, that's some of the dirty that a lot of people don't talk about. There's a lot of pre-testing that goes into it. Your husband has to give a semen analysis to your doctor, which can be completely uncomfortable. It's just a whole awkward process, which, I don't know, I'm ready to get it over and done with. So yeah, those are a couple of the questions. If you have any questions that you want me to answer, let me know, because I am an open book. I try to be as much as I can, because I want to be able to spread awareness of surrogacy, IVF, anything that I can to help somebody else. I'm in for. On another note, I have some exciting news. So I think back a couple weeks ago I told you guys that we had some exciting news, and guess what? We found a surrogate. We found a surrogate. So we are actually going to meet her and her family coming up in the next couple of weeks. So I am just beyond excited. I mean, I could not have asked for a better person, and literally when I prayed, like, this is the person that I prayed for. She's perfect. And ironically, we have a mutual friend in common that we both actually know. They're not just Facebook friends. So I feel like it was just kind of meant to be on this level. And I'm just hoping and praying that everything goes well through the IVF process, through our surrogates screening through our IVF doctor. So I'm just crossing my fingers for the next couple of weeks. For those of you that have followed my Prevera battle, I think today is my last pill. So I go in on Thursday at 11:30 for another day 3 ultrasound to get my baseline, and then we'll start doing stimulations, which I'm not a big baby when it comes to needles, so I'm just hoping that that's the case with this, that it doesn't hurt, it's painless, and we can get tons and tons and tons of eggs, and that they fertilize and they all come back normal. So I will keep you all posted, and I hope you guys had a great new year. And like I said, if you have any questions regarding surrogacy, IVF, anything like that, let me know, because I'm here to address anything and everything that you could possibly ask me. So have a good day, y'all, and I will see you tomorrow.